Good evening, Vietnam. Tua Cruz here, checking in with... We're here with Tuan Chan, and we're getting started for today's ride by the beach. Another beautiful day here in Da Nang, Vietnam, and we're actually approaching my last week here in Vietnam. I'm going to be heading to the US next week, and I've got some bittersweet news. I'm going to be saying goodbye to my lovely road bike here. So actually, I'm going to be bringing this road bike with me to the US, but I'm planning to leave it there, and I'm going to be talking about that during today's ride. And we're going to be going for a nice little sunset ride here, and we're also going to be riding to one of the bike shops here. I got to get some repairs done on my bike. Looking up close, you can see my handlebar tape is pretty destroyed, and I've had this chain on this bike for over a year now, so definitely needing some replacements. So we're gonna get a nice little tune-up on my bike. We're also gonna drop Tuang's bike off to get some tune-ups done on hers. And I've been riding these wheels now for the last few weeks actually. These are the Elite wheels, the drive wheels, and these guys have been pretty crazy. I've really enjoyed riding these lightweight carbon wheels, and I've taken a bunch of KOMs on Strava, so they've been doing a rocket job. And anyway, that's enough talking for right now. Let's go ahead and get started with today's ride.
Let's go.
This is pretty crazy. They're doing this like right above us. What is this called? Parasailing, or I don't know. You want to do that?
No, it's so quiet.
So scary.
So scary.
Yeah. It's always windy here by the beach. Oh wow, they're moving pretty fast. Looks like they're descending now. Smooth landing. That's pretty cool. So we're starting here over by the ocean, and this area is always packed with a bunch of walkers, cyclists, and lots of people out getting exercise, which is great to see. We're gonna take a slightly different route today though. Normally we turn right here and go on the peninsula, but we're gonna turn left, and I want to show you guys this really nice scenic climb. Has amazing views during the sunset. We're gonna turn left here. Okay, here we go. And here we go, beautiful. No traffic. That's why we love this route. Less people, and still really beautiful, really scenic over here. You can see we got the mountain up in the distance. We're just doing a nice little easy recovery spin today. We did a 100-kilometer ride yesterday. We had to do our May Grand Fondo. We just got it in the last minute.
Yes.
So today's actually the last day of May, but we did it just with enough time to spare. So we did a bigger ride yesterday, just doing a nice little recovery spin today, and we're gonna take our road bikes off to the shop, drop them off and get them repaired. Another popular attraction over here is the monkeys. You can see some of them up here on the roof. Lots of people always gather here to feed them, even though there's a bunch of signs saying don't feed the monkeys. And that's why it's called Monkey Mountain, because there's a crap ton of monkeys here. So we're gonna go on this nice little semi-secret side route here. The main climb, actually you go up from a different road, but this is more of a back road. This goes up the side. It's like an alternative first part of the climb, so for the first kilometer or two. And this one's a lot nicer because it's less steep. The main climb itself averages like over 10% gradient for like 6 kilometers or so. And this one is a little bit more up and down, less crazy steep. So nice for like spinning rides. Still get a little bit of climbing in. And this path is great because there's almost no traffic on it. There's usually just a few like runners and sometimes some cyclists back here. So it's a nice, quiet, safe place to ride. They do have a couple different like military bases back here and stuff. It looks like they're doing some construction on this one right now. But yeah, there's always some soldiers by the gates and stuff, and they're always really nice. They're wave or say hello when I cycle by. Sometimes they're playing volleyball. But yeah, one thing I also wanted to talk about in today's video was saying goodbye to my road bike. I mentioned this in my last video when I talked about how I'm going to be going to the US for a few weeks in June. And yeah, I'm not 100% decided yet, probably about 70%, but I'm leaning towards bringing my road bike with me to the US, using it there so I can ride during my time there, do some of the group rides, some of the road rides, and then leaving my road bike there and saying goodbye to it until we move to the US early next year. So one of the main reasons for this, I'm thinking, is because we're going to be moving to the US eventually. I want to start bringing over my bikes there so I can bring it over there, and then when we move there later, I can bring another bike with me on the plane, so that way we don't have to like separate from our bikes. And the other reason is I'm thinking about toning down my training. I've gone through some like different waves of motivation with my training here in Vietnam, and sometimes I get really motivated. I do a lot of training. That's how I've been for the last few months, and I'm in pretty good shape right now. Like, not my best ever shape, but like recently I'm in some of the best shape that I've been in. My most recent PR at Monkey Mountain was 23 minutes, averaging about 340 watts. So my uphill longer power is getting pretty up there again, which I've been really happy to see. But at the same time, I feel like all this extra training is really like taking a toll in other areas of our life. Like, I'm starting to really realize that our time here in this region of the world is going to be pretty limited. And once we move to the US, I can focus a lot more on training then. But for our limited time here, I'm starting to think I'd rather just enjoy that time and focus more on like casual bike rides, more bike touring, and as long as I have my road bike here, I'm always a lot more like inclined to focus on a training ride rather than going for like a enjoyment ride. And I've noticed like a lot of other areas in my life are sort of put on the back burner when I focus more on my training. For example, even this YouTube channel, the more I focus on my performance, I've noticed the less I focus on this YouTube channel, I have less energy to make videos. Just because I get tired from the training, or I want to prioritize the training, and I don't want to have to bring like extra camera gear when I go for a training ride. So if I go on more adventure rides, on the other hand though, it's a lot easier pace. I don't care about carrying extra luggage, and I can film more videos. So from that perspective too, that's another reason I think I just want to say goodbye to the road bike, say goodbye to like the more competitive training cycle, and get back into like more adventure riding. So doing more adventure rides on our folding bikes, do some more touring here, and even some non-cycling stuff, like maybe go hiking, do some more traveling. There's all this stuff that I've been wanting to do, and we've been here in Vietnam for over a year now, and we've only done a small handful of like things that were on our list of things that we wanted to do. And I think one of the main reasons for that is we're just so comfortable with our current routine, and just, yeah, I mean, I'm satisfied, I'm happy, like pushing myself on some training rides, meeting certain goals. But on the other hand, like, I don't know when I'm gonna have this opportunity to have as much time as we do and do as much traveling. So yeah, I think I'm gonna keep my training up right now and go to the US, do a couple hard rides there, hopefully with the local crew. And yeah, just really looking forward to that, and then just leave on that high note, take a break, come back to Vietnam and do some more rides on the folding bike. I'm thinking about getting a hybrid bike, or a touring hybrid kind of bike. And I'm gonna take a look at the bike shop. We're going to a Trek shop later today. I hope they have one in stock. I'm debating between the Trek FX or the Giant Escape. And that way, with that bike, we can do some more fun touring rides. We can go on more adventure rides, bring our luggage, and I'm not going to be as focused on like just my training and being competitive with like KOM hunting and stuff. we're starting to get some nice views here. This is why I really like this road, because it's just along this ridge here and you get some amazing views along the way. But yeah, I'm about 75% decided that I think this is the right thing to do. I am gonna be sad like not having my road bike here for about a half a year, especially like there might be some moments where I really want to do more training, but I figure I can just focus on different kinds of training. I've got my gym membership now. I can focus on building my leg muscles again, because when I do get back to the US, I definitely want to do some more like track riding, velodrome riding. So in that sense, it's probably good to focus on building my power. And I've really enjoyed the gym routine. It's a lot more enjoyable. I really hate like cycling training sometimes when I'm training alone. I love cycling training when you have a solid group, like really fast people, because you just do the hard ride and that's your training. But when you do solo training, like intervals, oh my God, it's torture. I can't stand it. But that's what I've been having to do here. Check out this view. We got Da Nang City right there. We got the ocean. You can see everything. It's beautiful here. And yeah, this climb this way isn't just straight up. We get some flat up here as well. Let's check it out. There's the view. Yeah, it's just gorgeous up here. And unfortunately, it's a little bit cloudy tonight, so we're not getting a very nice sunset, but sometimes the sunsets up here is just stunning. And over on this side, we're getting a view of the port. And this is our last little climb before we make our way back to the main part of the Monkey Mountain climb. It's a little bit steeper over here. Not a problem for Tianshan. And this is the main climb. This is the port road. So nice little flat section. It's a pretty nice road to ride on sometimes, but other times there's just a lot of trucks and it can be really stinky sometimes because, yeah, a lot of the trucks here are older and there's almost no like emission standards here, so it can get really stinky on this road. So it's kind of unfortunate. This would be a pretty decent road to train on for some flat intervals, but it's just a little stinky. So we usually put on our masks when we ride through here, just because of the fumes and the gas and stuff. Helps get a little less crap in our lungs. Oh, we got it. Pro.
I'm not forget.
Yeah, and sometimes they wash their trucks over here. But check this out, we got all these containers. And yeah, sometimes there's a bunch of trucks just parked here on the side of the road. That kid with his bike had a little electronic horn. But yeah, this road's usually a 3-lane road, so the trucks and cars usually take the left lane. The middle lane's usually open for bikes and us, and then the right lane usually is blocked with some parked vehicles. But yeah, it's not so bad as far as traffic goes for like a road close to the city here. Leaving the port area, and yeah, absolutely love riding in the sunset time here. Beautiful sunsets with the mountains. So we're making our way over towards the bike shop area now. This is another popular boat docking area. So lots of big boats over here. But we like to take side roads as much as possible. So we're gonna turn off here and right over here on this side road. There's actually this cool little new restaurant cafe that they popped up over here. And there seems to be a lot of places like this now where Why are you riding on the wrong side of the road? Oh my God. Every day there's something here. But anyway, this is the new business that just popped up. So it looks really nice. And we saw them when they were doing the construction here. They did it pretty quickly, actually.
Next month, I will bring mom to here.
You're gonna bring your mom here?
Yeah.
Oh, I heard the food's not good.
I know, that's a nice view.
Just a nice view.
So relax.
Oh, but you can just cycle here and enjoy the nice view and bring some better food. Yeah, there seem to be a lot of places like that here where they just focus on the appearance of the place, but they don't really care about like the quality of the food. They just all have the same cheap drinks or whatever. So I don't know, we haven't personally gone there yet, so maybe it's good. Tung will know. She's gonna go next month with her mom. They're gonna do some nice cycling. They'll probably cycle along this path. But yeah, lots of people here cycle on the hybrid bikes. So I think they're a pretty good bike here actually, because like they can go over everywhere. They got the wider tires, so they're more comfortable. And I personally feel more comfortable on flat bars. So yeah, I think they're gonna be good. And we can do some nice touring trips on them as well. And they'll be, yeah, a lot more durable. We don't have to worry about as much. Easy to replace parts if we need. So I'm pretty excited about it. I think it'll be okay. I think I can survive without a high-end road bike for a few months. It's actually kind of funny because this bike, like I've been riding this road bike for the last over a year and a half. And before that, I hadn't had like my own like high-end road bike in a long, long time. My old road bike was aluminum. And I mean, it was a decent bike, but yeah, it's pretty different when you're on like a nice carbon aero road bike. Just enjoy the other side of cycling just for fun and still try and get some decent rides in, go to the gym and like stay in some basic fitness so I don't lose too much fitness, hopefully. And who knows, maybe I can even climb Monkey Mountain with the cross bike too if I need to. I'm sure it has the gearing. Let me know in the comments if you ride a hybrid bike and what do you think about them. I don't know. I think it's kind of silly because to me like a hybrid bike, it's basically a gravel bike before like gravel bikes became like the fad. And yeah, they got the extra clearance. It's a mix between a road bike and a mountain bike. Of course, there's different types of hybrid bikes you can get. You can get more aggressive ones. You can get more upright ones. And yeah, the difference between the Trek model and the Giant model is the Trek one seems to be a little bit more sporty. I think it fits like up to 35 tires, maybe 38. And the Giant one, you can get some wider tires on there, so it's more like a gravel bike of sorts. But hopefully we're gonna check them out at the stores and see which ones they have. I also need to check and see if they even have my size, because I'll be an L size, but they might only have medium. We'll have to check and see if that'll fit with a longer seat post. But yeah, this is also another really nice place to ride, finish our rides. People love to stop here and just enjoy the sunset view with the big bridge. Also another popular running and cycling spot. But yeah, all these rides we can do on the hybrid bike, so I'm not too worried. And with me on the hybrid bike and Tung, she's still gonna have her road bike here, so we can still ride together, and that'll help even the playing field. It'll be a harder ride for me, and Tung will be able to like keep up with me like a little bit easier. So I think, yeah, that might be good as well. Let's see. So the bike shop's over here somewhere. I think we got to turn. I'm pretty excited about the shop actually. I stopped by after one of my rides a few days ago to just make sure that they had all the parts in stock, and that they do repairs for like bikes that weren't bought there, because some shops are weird in Asia, like they don't work on your bike unless you bought your bike there in the first place. And luckily this guy, he speaks really good English and he does all sorts of repairs, and he's a high-end like racer kind of rider himself, so he's used to working on nicer bikes, so seems to be a good recipe. Oh yeah, there's also going to be a fireworks festival here every weekend in June, like a big international fireworks festival. The first one is coming up this Friday. We're gonna go check that out. Okay. Over here somewhere. This is what a normal like little neighborhood looks like here. Lots of open intersections, but not too bad with low traffic. You just gotta be careful when you go through the corners. All right, the shop should be over here. There it is. So while we're here, here's a quick look at the shop. This is pretty new. I think it opened up late last year or early this year. So pretty cool. They got a nice lineup of different Trek products in here. We got the gravel bike up here. Tunshan really likes that one. But the bikes that we're thinking about possibly getting in the future is one of these. This is actually the FX3. This is the higher end one with the carbon fork. So we're looking for the model below that. This is the FX2. So this is a 2x up front, has the aluminum fork, and I think this is about 14 million Vietnamese dong here. So about $700, maybe a little less. And yeah, I'm not sure if they have different colors, but this one's the gray one. So it looks like a pretty solid touring bike. All right guys, that's gonna be it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed, and make sure to leave a comment down below. Let me know, what do you think about my plan? Should I leave my road bike in the US, or will I regret it? Or will I be okay with just the hybrid bike? Let me know your guys' thoughts down below. We actually ended up taking a taxi back home. We left our road bikes there. They're gonna work on them and they'll be ready the next day. They're gonna come drop them off at our place. But that's gonna be it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and a big thank you as always to all of our awesome supporters over on Patreon. We really wouldn't be able to continue this channel without your support, so a big thank you to all of you guys, and we'll see you in the next video.